Hey everyone, Michael here. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a clear and concise tutorial on how to use Fairdesk. This is one of my favorite exchanges just because it's really geared towards day trading and swing trading, which is something I really do enjoy. Now, when you guys first hop on here to the main page, you guys may notice that everything looks a little bit smaller. I am actually using 150% zoom in here just so I can see everything a little bit easier, okay? That's just my personal preference. You guys can do it too. There are a few tabs you can choose for up here in the top left-hand corner. They are going to be this quad, I would call it, that has the promotions tab along with the learn tab attached to it. Then you're going to have the USTD M futures, copy trading, spot, buy crypto, and earn. Let's go over what each one of these does just so you guys are pretty familiar with each of them. Over here in promotions, you're not going to be using these things all too much. Bonuses are if you guys trade enough, the exchange will give you free money to trade even more, and you can basically use it to pay off fees or just use it to trade. Arena V2, this is something that's pretty interesting here. This one is more about you are trying to guess what the market is going to be doing over the next 1 minute or the next 5 minutes, and you're pretty much doubling your money. It's almost like a blackjack type of thing. I like it for fun, but I don't necessarily try to make money off of this because it's less reliable for me than trying to go in and do your proper technical analysis. All right, although you can use proper technical analysis on top of this, and then it's a little bit more useful. Next up, we got over here VIP standard. If you guys trade enough, you guys will get VIP levels, and those will basically lower your fees more and more and more. Most of you guys will probably get to level 2, level 3. If you guys want the higher levels, you guys are probably going to be trading millions of dollars worth of volume every single day, and that's how you guys get up there and stay up there, which of course will give you guys a lot of good discounts. Afterwards, if you guys want to join the affiliate program, you have that option right here. The reward center, again, it's almost like bonuses, but a different type. If you guys fulfill different types of rewards, you guys can get a few bucks here and there. It's not a lot, but you guys can sign in daily. And if you guys do, you guys will get 10 bonus points, 0.5 bonus points. You guys can get $2 here, $2 here, $2 here, and it'll kind of just be added onto your account. And plus, if you get rewards, there are different types of things you guys can do with those, okay? Most of the time, they're very small. I don't think they're necessarily very meaningful. Really, the way they encourage you to trade is by giving you the bonuses and not necessarily the reward center, okay? The bonuses are much more money. Next up, you got proof of reserves. This just shows that no matter what happens in the event of a bear market, the exchange is not going to be going down. This is very, very important if you guys were around in 2022 when we had exchanges dropping like flies. Now this is the new standard, and I believe actually to even have an exchange inside the United States here, you guys are going to have proof of reserves as an exchange. Next up right here, you have fees and conditions. This is something you guys may want to skim no matter what exchange you guys are looking at. It just shows you the fees. We got wallet fees, contract fees, copy trading account fees, and then spot trading fees. Very, very small amounts. They're not the lowest fees out there, but they're pretty respectable. And I usually don't go towards exchanges that have the lowest fees because typically they're lacking on something else to make up for that for lack of fees. Now, let's go back over here to the main page. After that, we have the USTD M futures. This is where the majority of you guys are going to be spending your time here. So you have the futures right here. We'll be going over that in a few minutes because that's the whole trading apparatus. Next up, you got copy trades. Manage your copy trade transactions. This is for people that are copy traders like me who buy and sell and people copy our trades. This is something that most of you guys will probably not click on unless you guys want to try out copy trading and get people to follow you as well. Next up, you got simulated trading. This is basically just like USDT and futures. We'll get to it in a few minutes. And this is basically you just trading with fake money instead of real money. Real money, fake money. Afterwards, you got Arena V2, the same thing we talked about over here in promotions. I don't know why it's over here in promotions, but it is. Most of the time, sometimes you get bonuses. You can have fun with those over in the V2 section. Afterwards, we have copy trading. This is a different section here. Basically for this, if I were to click on it, it would show you guys my copy trading stats. So let me actually go over here to Fairdesk. That way it actually shows you what you guys would see basically. Copy trade. There we go. And it would show you guys a list of people out here that you guys may want to trade. It shows you how much money they're making, how much money they're not making, how much money they're losing, and basically what their success rate is over a certain period of time. It's imperative that you guys do your own research with these types of guys because sometimes they have really good days and sometimes they have really bad days. And if they have a really bad day and you guys are over leveraged in your copy trading, you could lose a lot of money. So be very, very careful if you go down the road of being a copy trader. But basically, you go over here, you can filter them out basically or sort them out however you want to. 7-day follower profit. Let's look at virtual bacon here. And then you guys can see how much money he's made over the last 7 days, how much the copiers have made over the last 30 days, 90 days. And then of course, what you guys can do is you can go over here to positions, see what his current positions are. And you can see he's definitely losing some money here. Hopefully he's probably just going to try to hold on for a little bit. And his last few positions have been pretty profitable here. Overall, still profitable. And you can go over here to the copiers. Oh, it's going to try to force me to log in here. There we go. Back to the copiers. And you can see if people are making money following him or not. For instance, this guy has made $625, but somehow this guy has lost $12,000 following him. So sometimes you may have mixed results. It looks like the majority of people are making a little bit of money with him, not a lot. But, you know, this person's lost 2,000, this person's made 170, this person's lost 600, and so forth, okay? This person's lost 27,000. So it looks like if you hold for a very long time with him, he'll usually lose your money. But if you hold on with him for maybe a few days at a time, you know, you're usually looking okay. But it looks like when he loses so much that some of the people that have been following him for a while definitely are losing quite a bit of money. Now, when you see the count here for Virtual Bacon, you're going to see that he has room for more copiers. Usually once you get to the level here, they just kind of up the amount of people that can follow you. But you're going to see this right here saying profit sharing ratio 10%. And then minimum cost $10. This means, I'll just skip over it now, but basically that means that if you guys, there you go. If you guys are following him and let's say your copy trade makes $100, he's going to take $10 of that for himself. If you lose money trading with him, he will not be paying 10% of your losses, okay? He will not be making 10% off of a losing trade as well. That's just something you guys should be aware of if you guys do go down the path of copy trading. Afterwards, you guys are going to have the spot trading section right here. This is going to show you where you guys can buy your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, and all those other spot tokens. They only have a few spot tokens here. You can see it's just a handful. I normally don't use this for spot. If you guys are looking for a spot one, I'll tell you guys other exchanges after this video is over. Or just ask me on the streams here. And then you guys can see recent trades for Bitcoin. I can go over here to Dogecoin, XRP, for example. See the charts, check it out. These are all trading view charts here, which makes it very nice and easy. And then you guys can see how much money you have to buy, and then you guys can try to make those trades. You can see right now, available right here, I have $579 in order to make this trade. And then if I want to, of course, I can go buy a certain amount of this token, and it's very nice and easy. There are no stop losses or price targets, though, when it comes to spot trading on Fairdesk. Most exchanges do not have them. They have them all in USTDM futures, okay, just so you guys know. After this, we have the section that's called Buy Crypto. Basically, if you want to attach a credit card or a debit card and buy cryptocurrencies during this, you guys can. Typically, I have never tried this. Personally, I just move money into Coinbase and then move money over into the exchanges. I've always found that to be a little bit easier and I can just track everything a little bit better. I typically don't like going through these because the fees can be kind of insane, and I'd rather not pay the fees to the Mercurios, the Transact, or the Advanced Cash. I'd rather just go through a Coinbase or a Crypto.com or even a Robinhood nowadays. Just get some Tether, get some USDC, move it on over. You guys are going to be much better off if you ask me. Now, the last one here is going to be earn and structural saving. So basically, if you guys want to hold Bitcoin here for a long period of time and you guys want to just let it kind of grow with a base APY of 5% or whatever it may be, you guys can have it in here and you guys can subscribe to this and earn money. I've tried it out a little bit. I didn't make much money off of it, but basically I just tested it out for a week, so I wasn't expecting to make a whole bunch of money with a 5% APY. However, one thing here, no matter what exchange out there, during a bear market, just out of a precautionary sense here, I would always recommend you guys pull your cryptocurrencies and always put them into cold storage. Earn a nice passive income on these, maybe during a bull market for sure, because nothing bad can ever happen in a bull market, or usually does not happen. In bear markets, you just never know what's going to happen. So I just would implore you guys to always have a cold storage wallet to make sure everything is fine. All right. Now, before we go over here to USTDM futures, if you guys haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate if you guys subscribed, commented a few words, and then of course hit that like button. I'd appreciate it a lot. Next up, we're going to go over here to USDM futures, and this is where the majority of you guys are going to be trading. At the top right here, you're going to see a few different tickers. These are tickers that I myself have started and that are my favorite things to trade. Things like Ethereum, EDU, Comp, Lena, and BNX. Those are things that I've been looking at for a while, and then I've been trying to have some fun trading with. You'll notice here that I have a lot of trades open. If I scroll down, I have about 28 trades open. This is part of a tutorial that I'm doing with you guys as far as dollar cost averaging and holding for a period of months, no matter how far we go down, and then waiting for the market just to pick itself back up. And of course, we'll be making a lot of money along the way. Now, a few things here. And this box right here above my head, this is basically like a mini version of TradingView. Everything is going to be exactly the same. You have the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15, and so forth. If you guys do not see all those down there, you can just click on this little tab right here and then just give each one of these a gold star that you may be using on a daily basis. Above this section, we're going to have, there we go. You're going to see the ticker that you're currently looking at. This is the ticker of what you're going to be buying. So if you imagine yourself buying Ethereum, but the ticker right here says Bitcoin, you know there's a problem. Next to that, you're going to have the price of the asset, the 24-hour change with the percentage and amount number value. Afterwards, you're going to have the 24-hour high, the 24-hour low, 24-hour volume, open interest, and of course the funding rate countdown. If you guys want to hold on to leverage for long periods of time, more than 4 hours, 8 hours, even going on to days and weeks, this is going to be important. You guys are going to see a funding rate here, and the funding rate will change depending on which cryptocurrency you guys are using. Right now for Bitcoin, it's 0.0363%. So every few hours, basically, it's going to take about 0.03% of the value of my trade as a fee, right? It's not a lot, especially, we've talked about this before. I held for 3 months. I made $1,400 off of a trade. And during that whole 3 months, it cost me about $50. All right, $50 for $1,400 profit. That's not bad at all. Now, a few things here. Just like TradingView, if you guys have a position open, this green line is going to tell you guys when you open the position. And if the price is down below it, you're losing money. If the price is above it, you're making money. And you'll see right here, there's a P and L. That is your profit right here. And it's saying that I have lost $6.71 here. And that's not bad at all, of course, because this is a longer term hold. Now, as we go over here to the right-hand side, you guys will see a few different things. You're going to see chart and depth over here. Basically, if you guys don't want to see the chart, you just want to see the depth. There you go. You can see the buyers and sellers. Some people really do enjoy looking at these types of things, especially when we're closer to walls. Next to that, you're going to see cross and 2x. So the 2x is basically just how much of a leverage you want to use. You can scroll this all the way up here to 125. It'll tell you if your leverage is too high. Leverage cannot be greater than 50 if you have a bonus. One-way cross mode. We talked about bonuses earlier. I do have a bonus, so mine cannot be so crazy out there. Afterwards, we have cross and isolated. These are very simple things. I'm going to do a separate video about which one you guys are probably going to want to do, but let me just break this down for you in a very simple way. Basically, there's two margin modes here. The majority of you guys will be using cross if you guys are new, or if you guys feel like you may make a mistake and you guys are really tedious about stuff, you may choose isolated, but let me just break down which one it is. So cross, all available balance of the account will be used to meet maintenance margin requirements and prevent liquidation. All corresponding available balance can be lost in the event of liquidation. So let's say I do a very aggressive trade on Bitcoin here, and it's a 100x level position, which means that if Bitcoin goes down 1%, my trade goes down 100% in value. Well, if I have an isolated trade, that means the entire position is now gone, and the exchange doesn't want to lose money in an open trade, so it will close that position, and that entire position in isolated will be shut down. However, when it comes to cross, what it'll do is it'll say, hey, because you have money over here still not in that one trade that's still available to be used, we're going to use this money over here to cover that trade as it continues to go down. Because maybe it'll go down 1%, which is like 100% profit, a loss, excuse me. But then afterwards, it'll shoot up 5%, which means you have a 500% profit. It allows you to kind of absorb more losses and then get some of those gains that you're hoping for. The downside to this is if you guys are not careful and you guys do not have proper risk management, if it keeps on going and that position gets liquidated, not only does that one position get liquidated, but everything over here gets liquidated as well. So that's why you guys have to be very, very careful. But I know a lot of you guys want to do higher leverages, so making sure that your account doesn't get liquidated is going to be a nice way to go about it. Now, on the right-hand side is here, you're going to be able to see your margin balance, your unrealized profit, your position margin, and your bonus. All very simple things. All exchanges have them. And of course, if you want to hide these, you can just hit that right there and it'll keep it all hidden. I'm pretty transparent about my finances and how I invest and stuff like that, so I've never had a problem showing you guys this information. And right down here, you're going to see contract details. It'll give you the ticker symbol, the type, the collateral asset, the maker's fee, the taker's fee, and it'll give you the funding rate. And then we talked about that a few seconds ago, the 0.03. And then it says the funding interval every 8 hours. So every 8 hours, I'm paying a small fee on that, okay? Price increment 0.5, quantity increment 0.001, max quality, and so forth. So you can only buy 100 Bitcoin at a time. If you guys are trying to buy 100 Bitcoin, I mean, you guys are very, very rich and very, very wealthy. Now, once you guys have some open positions and stuff, actually before that, one thing here is when you guys do want to make an order, you guys will see two tabs here that are really important: limit and market, and one's going to be conditional. This is basically a trigger order right here. You guys most likely don't want to be using this all too much because most of you guys probably don't know how to use it in the first place. It's just not the most useful thing out there unless you guys are anticipating some type of massive crash, which is another thing here. All right, but basically there's limit orders, which you guys know what those are. Market orders. Market orders, you guys want to make sure when you come over here, you're going to see Bitcoin and a little bit of a drop down menu. Always go to USTD or USTD margin cost. All right. Most of the time, USTD is just going to mean if you go over here, I'm buying $50 worth of Bitcoin at a 2x leverage because the leverage is up here. Okay. However, if you go over to USTD margin cost, it'll be $50 trade minus the fees for everything. All right. So that means you're not making truly a $50 trade. You're making $50 trade minus the fees. If you do USD, it's $50 trade, plus you've also been charged the fees associated with making that trade. All right. And of course, if I do $50 here, all I have to do is click market. There is no number I have to click over here. You just hit buy long, and it will automatically buy the cheapest Bitcoin position it can at that period of time. Typically, I don't think you guys have to do market value. I would say most of you guys just want to do limit. You would keep that $50 there as the same. Go over here and you would choose a price. You can choose that price based off of whatever you see on the charts, or if you just want to buy immediately because you don't care exactly what price it is right now, you're hoping to hold it for maybe a few months. Instead, what you can do is you can go right over here and just click one of these numbers like that, and you'll see it'll adjust the number up here in the top right hand corner. All right, you hit buy, and then you're good to go. All right, now once you guys come down here, you guys are going to be able to see all the trades you guys are doing. Nothing too crazy. In fact, let me actually remove my head, and we're going to zoom in a little bit here just so you guys can see everything. There we go. And I don't like the way that's looking actually at that point because it's trying to save too much stuff. There we go. So when you guys have a trade open, you're going to see the symbol, the amount of the amount that you bought, the entry price, the market price, the liquidation price. I'm not over leveraged right now, so there is no liquidation price. Even if all of these things went back to zero, I would still have more than enough money in my account to manage that basically. Margin right here, unrealized profit. You can see I'm winning some, I'm losing some, and overall my balance is down $166. That's okay. Realized profit. So if I close partial, I do a partial close here, basically the realized profit will be right here. If right here you can have entire target price stop loss or partial target price stop loss. These are pretty simple. So if you hit the entire one, basically if I do a trigger price or a trigger price for the stop loss or target price, if the price of Bitcoin hits this trigger price, it will automatically sell everything. The whole entire position that I bought up, it'll sell it all. However, or in this case, bonk here. If I do the stop loss, if it reaches that stop loss price, it will sell everything at that price. But let's say I want to sell only half of my position if Bitcoin hits, or bonk hits a certain level. Then you would come over here to the partial one, and you'd basically do the same thing. Trigger price, how much would it have to be? And you can slide it over and you can say, hey, if it reaches this trigger price, I want to sell half of my bonk position, and that will lock in a certain amount of profit. So you can see right here, there's a little bit of spaces that nothing is happening. There's basically like this two green dots over here, or dashes you might say. Basically, once I put in the trigger price, because right now bonk is at 0.03%. Oh no, what is the price of bonk? 0.002. You can see I bought it at a horrible time. But let's say I want to sell it if it gets back up here to 0.005. Okay. And I want to sell 50%. You're going to see how that fills in right there. All right. So it'll say, hey, if when the market price reaches 0.5, it will trigger a market order for taking profit with an estimated profit of $227 and a profit ratio of 4,694%. Excuse me. And then you can hit confirm. And then if it ever does hit that level, it will automatically sell half. And you will still have half left over. And the half that is turned into profit will be put right here in the realized profit section. A few other things. If you want to quick close your position, you can just click this and it gets rid of it very, very fast. It'll just automatically close it at market price. Advanced closes if you guys want to have a limit order open and say, hey, I want to sell 50% of my position right now. You could type in the price. So at what price you guys are going to be selling that 50% at. And then once you do that, you can hit confirm. And then finally over here, what you can do is you can hit close all positions. If you hit this, every single position will be closed. There is no warning button or anything. If you close this right here, everything is closed, okay? So be very, very careful not to hit that button. If you guys are looking at bonk or something like that and you only want to look at your bonk positions, just hit this right here saying hide other symbols, and you guys will only see the bonk positions that you have, or the only positions that you have. Now, lastly, right here on this side, you're going to see this little bit of an addition sign right here. This is going to tell you when you bought it, the order ID, the buy amount, the after amount, the price, the fee you paid, and the realized profit right there. So if you guys feel like you have been buying up a lot, you want to see when's the last time I bought this, or what is the next day and time, this is an easy way to figure out exactly when you bought it, in case you want to back test and see what went wrong on a bad trade or what went well on a good trade, excuse me. And then of course, you guys can always make these things a little bit larger. They have little maximum size buttons, I would call them. And you can do that with a lot of different stuff here, of course. Now that we're done with the USDT and futures, I want to show you guys the last big part of the exchange that you guys are probably going to be spending a decent amount of time on that's not actually related to trading. It's going to be up here in the top right hand corner. You're going to see assets, your profile information. You can see right here there's going to be an alerts, download if you guys want to download the app or so forth, USD, and English right here if you guys want to have other languages right there. All right, let's go on assets first. You guys can see right now if you want to deposit or withdraw, you guys can click one of these buttons. You can hit the spot button, futures, copy, trading, and earn, and it'll show you each wallet that you guys have associated with it. So it'll separate everything out for you. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to click on spot. All right, and these are my spot assets. This is money that I have put into the exchange. You can see right now it's valued at $579. I can deposit, transfer, or withdraw it. If I do withdraw it, before it's actually moved over, you will see this added over to frozen funds. All right. Now, you guys can see all of the tokens that I may or may not have. On this exchange, I don't have anything because I do a lot of day trading and swing trading. I don't hold long-term assets here. Now, if I want to go over to futures or copy, trading, or earn, I can go over here to futures, right? I can see margin balance, unrealized profit, account balance, bonus, and a whole bunch of different money right here. This one will kind of vary. This is like my open positions right now. As you guys saw, it was down a little bit more. You guys can see that the current positions are down $152. And you can see all of the open trades I have right now and all the formal trades I had at the same time. Right here, though, these are open positions. Next up, you can go over here to earn, and you can go over here and say, hey, bullish on Ethereum. You can open an APY right here, and you can basically just hunker your money down here and get some nice earn profit from it, I would say. Over here, you can go to your prior orders. You can lower this down. Your last future orders, your copy trade orders, your spot orders, your earn orders. Go over here to futures. And you can go and look at some of the different trades that I've done. Some green, some red, whatever. But typically, those are the trades that I'm doing on here. You can go over here to APY management if you guys want to implement this on somewhere else. Most of you guys will never use this. Identification, I'm not going to show that to you guys because obviously it's my identification. But basically, it's just going to show you guys your name, your email, and phone number and stuff like that. Or if you want to go through an audit, you can do this. Settings over here, depending on what you guys want to do. Email notifications every time somebody logs in. Deposits confirm, margin call. Anytime there's something bad happening, I want to have an email notification just so I get a little ping telling me what's going on. All right. Next up, we're going to go over here and we're going to go over to your dashboard, assets, order history, security, and settings. Pretty much the same thing as the actual assets one, but basically the dashboard is going to show you guys everything all at once. All right. Nice and easy. Futures, copy, trading, spot, your recent deposits and so forth, different times I've withdrawn money from the account and so forth. Okay. Next up, you're going to have the alerts. I never click on this, but it'll basically tell me like, hey, you withdrew money here, you withdrew money here. Every time I make money, I just kind of pull it out. It's not too complicated there. And of course, if I want to download something for the app or whatever, I can do it right here. And if I want to change the languages or the currencies, I can do it over here with the last two boxes on the right-hand side. Okay. So hope you guys all have a good rest of your day, and thank you guys so much for watching.